2006 Prius. Today we have a vehicle that came in with zero refrigerant in it, nothing, completely flat. So you do your visual, and at first you can see that this vehicle travels somewhere very dirty, very dusty. It's pretty clean, all vacuumed inside, but they definitely go off-road. And when you come take a look down here, what do you see? You see that big dirty oil spot with lots of dust built up on it? See how it's all clean and dry up on the condenser? So that's clean and dry like a normal city-driven car. But as you get down, you see where it looks like there's a lot of oil and dust collection. Now, I could be mistaken. This could have came from some road debris that only comes up this high and goes through the grill and just littered the bottom of the grill. But it is very clean over at the corner over there. It's very clean at the corner over there. And it's clean up above as you get high and you come towards the latch. Sometimes you have people who are overzealous with lubricating their, with the spray lube on their latch right there, and the oil will go onto the condenser and collect. And somebody will falsely condemn a condenser because this gets lubricated and the oil sprays on the condenser, and somebody sells the customer a condenser that didn't need a condenser. Okay, so that's one. Let's find out what that is. Right now I'm drawing it under a vacuum. I'm drawing a really good vacuum right now. I'm all the way down to 800 microns with a system that had zero refrigerant. Now let's shut off the vacuum. Okay, so now I'm shutting off the vacuum. Now it's stabilizing out, and as you can see, it's not rising. So supposedly this has a leak so big it came in here with zero refrigerant, but yet it's holding a perfect vacuum. And this little tiny climb, this is in microns, this is in hundreds of microns. We're only going up one digit at a time. If you were on an analog set of gauges, you would never see this. Even an hour later, you would never see this on a pair of analog gauges. So we have one other spot way back here. You see that line right back there? I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to wipe all the black dust and oil off there. Now the oil is shiny. It actually has a reflection in all that oil and that dust back there. That crud on that line, for those of you who don't know, I'll wipe it. Okay, now focus. Focus. Now it doesn't want to focus. There we go. Right there. That bright silver line that was black and dirty, I just wiped with my fingers. Following that line, going back to that very black, wet looking, bulgy item right there. There's O-rings right there at that connector, and that's the suction line. So it appears that has definitely been leaking over a period of time and collecting dust on it. But you see the other line, the smaller line right next to it with the same bulges, it has a little bit of dust on it, but it's dry. So it has a very, very small leak, and it's enough that it's not leaking, that it's wet. The other one has a shine to it. The shine is from the oil, meaning recent, meaning bigger. So that is definitely a leak. I haven't seen these in a long time. This is old 2005. So let's come back to our microns. We're at 843 microns. We're holding a perfect vacuum. There's nothing wrong with this, according to the people who believe you use a vacuum to look for a leak. Okay, so we have an obvious leak there and potentially obvious leak here, but you don't tell the customer right away because you might be wasting a procedure, time, and money. That compressor could be burnt out. So you need to get the vehicle up and running. You need to charge it to see if everything is operating properly before you give an estimate to a customer. Say, oh, it's just an O-ring there, or it's just a condenser there. So I'm going to put this vehicle in operation first just to see that he didn't damage the compressor by driving it while it goes low, because some of these can't take. You don't get lucky all the time that you keep running the refrigerant low, the compressor starts overheating, all the oil gets built up back into the evaporator, doesn't come back, and it burns up the compressor. So this is just a situation where Vacuum doesn't tell you you have a leak. This is video number 1. There will be a video number 2 after I charge this up. 2005 Prius.